Hey there, it's Lynn, day 19 of the 22 push-up challenge. I'm really excited to be here on day 19. Apologies for getting my date wrong yesterday. Yesterday really was day 18, and today is day 19 of the 22 push-up challenge 1.0 for Lynn. And when this challenge is done, I will be starting challenge 2.0 as well, and continuing with videos and hopefully some helpful information. Today I wanted to touch upon a topic we haven't talked about yet, and that is veterans, combat veterans, and chronic pain. Chronic pain is a very real issue for many of our combat veterans, and can occur for many reasons within the combat theater. Often blast-related events can be responsible for chronic pain issues our veterans have to deal with, as well as enemy fire, chemical burns. There are many things that can cause problems that are not just disabling perhaps physically and emotionally, but cause real pain that has to be dealt with and that will not go away for the long term. It is a horrible place to be and an awful thing to deal with. And while I am not a combat veteran, let me tell you, I do know about dealing with pain. So that's from a couple different perspectives, but particularly with our combat veterans, they're at different risks often than civilians are. Many of our veterans have chronic pain issues related to shrapnel that they've got in their bodies that cannot be removed. Young veterans and old veterans alike, this is a very common injury that causes chronic pain issues that is difficult, I think, for the civilian population to understand. But it's particularly important that we talk about it and try and wrap our heads around it, because especially in recent years where there's an increased use in IEDs, I think shrapnel-related chronic pain issues are probably more common than we might have otherwise guessed. And pain affects everything. It affects how you're feeling when you wake up. It affects your emotional state. It affects your ability to work, your ability to have positive relationships, your ability to reason through things sometimes. So chronic pain affects every aspect of our lives, and I think that we need to make sure that it's part of our conversation about combat vets and what they face when they return home. When you are dealing with chronic pain, physical pain, it makes anything else, whether it's physical, emotional, mental health issues, anything else is phenomenally more difficult to deal with. It functions that way very much like depression functions that way, and I wouldn't be surprised to see connections between the two. I'm sure there's literature that would tell us there are connections between depression and chronic pain as well. So everything is interconnected, and pain is one of the central pieces with our combat vets. So I've posted a couple of really good articles today, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about pain tomorrow. One of the links I posted is written by a fellow who passed away. It'll be 2 years this December, I believe. But he was a combat infantryman in the Korean War, and gave a great personal perspective on what it was like to be a soldier and what that means, what they go through, and also what it's like to be a veteran. And so his site is still active, and it is warriorscodeofhonor.com, and that's up on my Facebook. And I put another article up about research that's being done on chronic pain and looking at non-medicinal ways to treat that pain, or a combination of non-medicinal and medicinal, which is usually opioid. When I say medicinal, I'm referring to medication, and particularly with pain, narcotic analgesics, which can be effective in the moment but have way too many repercussions to the individual and the individual's life, for the individual to have to rely on a narcotic analgesic for the rest of their lives, or for the long term, to deal with that pain, and certainly without other supports in place and other avenues. The really neat thing about the non-medicinal chronic pain strategies is that not only are they great for pain, but they put the control in the individual's hands. And that is a very huge part, I believe, of recovering and learning to cope with the things you're left coping with, particularly when you return home from combat. So both of those articles are really worth looking at, and particularly if you are a combat vet in chronic pain, or someone who's not a combat vet but are in chronic pain, or you know somebody in chronic pain, definitely the articles I've posted today will be of interest to you. So please have a look. Thanks for all of the support and all of the interest. Keep that conversation going. I am going to do my 22 push-ups and do my best to do them all in a row. Hoping the video doesn't get cut off today. All right, here we go. Oh, wow, I think that was 22. My surface was not completely level, so I'll be a little more careful with that tomorrow with my push-ups. And again, thank you everyone for watching, being interested in keeping this really important conversation going. Please do check out those links I posted. Many of you will find them very, very helpful. I know that I did. Thanks everyone, and remember, protect the protectors, love our veterans. Ciao for now. See you tomorrow for day 20.